Is history wrong? Are the French surveyors, whose work was contemporaneous with their bloody revolution, not really the midwives of metric? Have we been duped by a myth to conceal the truth? It is true that the 1790s gave birth to the metric system in France. And the monetary system of the United States with its Coinage Act of 1792. This left France using their newly created gram as their base measure of weight, leaving the United States using the 1,000-year-older grain. It was determined that 1 gram equals 15.432 grains. Now, let's carefully study this following graphic. Look at the cube. It is our starting point. And keep in mind that what you are looking at is first and foremost pure geometry. We can see that a cube with a volume of 4,125 units has an edge length of 16.037 and a 1,543.2 surface area. If the unit is a single grain of US coinage silver, then this cube is equal to 10 silver dollars, like the coin to the right. To the left is the $10 gold eagle, equal in value to 10 of the silver dollar coins. Its weight in grams is 16.037, which matches the edge length of the cube. And as previously noted, the gram-grain ratio is 15.432 grains to every gram. And now this ratio is mirrored in this cube's 1,543.2 surface area. It's important to emphasize that prior to the 1790s, neither of these two coins, nor the metric system itself, even existed. Yet, this timeless geometry existed from the first moment of creation. Below the cube, to the left, we can see a cuboid with the same 412.5 unit volume as the silver dollar coin. Again, if the unit is a grain of coinage silver, this cuboid could be regarded as the silver coin simply reconfigured. Note that its edge length is the 15.432 grain-gram ratio, and that the 26.729 square unit surface area of each rectangular side is also the weight of the dollar coin in grams. To the right is the tetrahedron with its 412.5 square unit surface area, mirroring the weight of the silver dollar coin. Take note that its edge length, like the cuboids, is the same as the number of grains equal to a single gram. This tetrahedron's volume of 433.142 can be divided into 27 packets, with each equal to 16.042 units, each of which is 99.97% identical to the weight of the $10 gold eagle. What are the chances that the weights of these coins were actually the result of a secret design derived from geometry, and that within this geometry was a unifying system that reveals a timeless, inherent relationship between what we now call the gram and the grain? Based on what we are looking at right now, the chance is overwhelmingly in favor of there being a behind-the-scenes group, by whatever name, manipulating the affairs of humanity. This might be debatable if this was the only example of their works, but this is just the tip of the iceberg. To find out more about the Great Metric Hoax, go to www.kasperskyart.com, where you can read free of charge 2 of my 3 books in their entirety: The Geometry of Money and excerpts in Introduction to the Geometry of Form. America's 1792 Coinage Act was my doorway leading into the Illuminati's occulted design for one global system of weights and measures. The geometry of money proves that all of our measures are based on one simple geometry purposely hidden from the people of this earth for over 2,000 years. Finally, within this book, their creations have been exposed. Without the many decades of research leading up to excerpts from some thoughts on universe, an introduction to the geometry of form, the geometry of money would not have been possible. This book lays out the foundations of a geometry little known and never taught. And if any body of research can truly be called forbidden knowledge, then the 28 detailed images within the 100 pages of my book by that name surely must be included somewhere at the top of that list. For anyone will clearly see that there exists in the shadows a group of individuals manipulating the affairs of mankind.